From Big Bear developers' perspective, having what we call invisible resilience, it's an unknown word really, but in the custom home building world, what it really means is that a true custom builder looks well beyond the building materials or the sheetrock, let's say. It's what's invisible. What impact does the weather, the salt, the humidity, the elements play on someone's home? And sadly, many standard builders are kind of oblivious to what all of those things can do to someone's precious home. So understanding really what that does to a home and building those elements into your practice as a custom builder is really critical for longevity, for quality, for use of their home for years and years to come without issue. It's being able to navigate on multiple fronts. A standard builder typically has little interaction with the architect or let's say other professionals. They just go and swing their hammer and put up a house as quickly as possible to get out of there, get paid and move on. Whereas a custom builder has a whole different approach. Our approach is on the design build side. We are deeply involved in that process, understanding and actually collaborating on what goes into the house. A lot of times architects have this great vision, but in the field, understanding how it all comes together is really the expertise of the builder. And so by collaborating with landscape architects and full home architects, as well as other professionals, we collaborate, we put our minds together, and we get the inspiration from the client, really what their end goal is, what they're looking for. And implementing all of that into your build is super critical. And that even goes a bit further than just the surface there. It's kind of hand-holding along the way to make sure that it's executed properly. For example, your building materials. There's a big difference between what we call builder-grade materials and custom high-end materials. And to the homeowner, they only will see that after 3 to 5 years. They typically don't know on the front end the difference because they aesthetically look about the same. But the real difference is longevity and quality. One good example of that would be going to a big box store and buying, let's just say, a Kohler plumbing fixture. And it looks beautiful, it's chrome, it looks like it could last forever. But what they fail to realize is big box stores and maybe some of the online purchase facilities, they typically will sell a product with an inferior body, like plumbing fixture, for example, might have a plastic body. The seals inside are very poorly made. And so you might get 3 to 5 years out of it. But you'll see that exact product at a plumbing supply house and made in a different country, of course, made in the US versus Mexico or somewhere else, that has a solid brass body. Looks identical. The seals are much better. But to the unknowing end user, they could not tell the difference. And a builder, standard builder, will just usually put in builder grade materials. Now that's just one example of 1,000 when it comes to building a custom home. Whereas using a higher end product, it's a whole different ball game. It really makes the difference at the end of the day in the quality of the build and the use that they'll have for it for decades versus just a few years. And so that's just some of the things that separate us. So what we find is that even people who are comfortably wealthy oftentimes will allow the bottom line to drive the bus on what gets done on their home or not. And so sometimes they might hear, hey, they're 10% less than you, and they can't understand. It's like apples and oranges. It doesn't make sense. How could they be a solid 10% less than you might be? Well, this is where Big Bear comes in. Most people don't know that when you're building a new house, you have to offer a 10-year structural warranty on that house. We also offer 3-year finish warranty on everything on the inside of the house. Now, what happens with a lot of the contractors, especially in South Florida, they're working out of their garage from home. They have a home office. Maybe they've been in business 5, 6, 7 years and don't really have a track record of reliability. And also for warranty, especially, long-term dependability. Secondly, being able to call and speak to someone on the phone. We all know the frustrations when we're trying to get answers to something and we call and just get a recording or get something automated that says press 1 or press 5, and it just goes nowhere, and we get agitated. At Big Bear Developers, we try to mitigate all of that by having someone answer the phone all the time here at the office. As the owner of Big Bear, my phone is on 24/7, and when we take on a build project, even though there's a project manager assigned to the job, my phone is never turned off for my clients to contact me and to walk through any potential issues. So you do get what you pay for in the long run. So the fact that we've been in business about 28 years, we have over 40 employees, we've got multiple locations. We also take a lot of pride in the fact that we are an established company. All of our insurances are in place, our licensing is in place, our staff are trained. And so that really goes a long way when it comes to hiring a contractor to build your house. And there's other things we've done as well that I think kind of steps us a little further ahead than maybe the competition, where we've allowed or become self-reliant on what we offer the client. From architecture, we do that in-house on the front end. So we design the home, then we also build the home. We can do interior design on the home. This is all done in-house. Our own electrical company in-house, our own estate management division in-house. And these elements bring so much value to the table when we meet with our client, because most contractors maybe offer one service, maybe two. We offer 6 to 8, where we have a lot of collaboration and a lot of coordination internally. So that level of comfort really goes a long way with our clients. So you're not getting a contractor who's flying by the seat of their pants, but who's greatly established with really educated staff, trained staff, and really, I think the best subcontractors as well that we've meddled through in South Florida. So one of the things we really like to do is help our clients with the process of the scope of work that we're doing. So they understand from the beginning all the steps that are necessary to get to the finished product. And typically that's not an easy thing to do, but we find that really educating our clients, we help value engineer their job and give them the direction that they need so they can make good decisions for their project and not find regret later that they should have made another decision. So we try to be very transparent. We really work overtime. I hate to use the word hand-holding, but we like to work with our clients, get their inspiration, what they're really looking to accomplish, and then interject our thoughts and ideas to make sure they're getting the most bang for the buck, make sure they're making the right decisions for their project, and so that there's no regret at the end and say, well, I should have done it this way or that way. So one example of that would be a client we're working with that wanted to put a Lowe's cabinetry package into their home. Big box store, $2 million house. And because the drawers work nice and they look real pretty, that this might be the right decision for them. And of course, the price point played a significant role in that as well. And we're so happy that we help navigate them in the right direction, because although they are okay cabinets for maybe a low-end home or a rental property, certainly not in a $2 million plus home to put this caliber of cabinetry in. Most of the time, those kind of cabinets, you get 5, 7, 10 years out of them before they start either falling apart or the finish wears on them. And also for resale value, putting a custom cabinetry package in, one that's tailor-made for their house, goes a long way. The end product is night and day difference from the big box stores. And so we actually helped her make that decision to get a custom cabinet package. And it wound up only being 15% more at the end of the day than the big box store. But the quality and the finish was 100% better for longevity, for resale value. It just was a no-brainer. And they thanked me afterwards, saying they're so happy that we helped guide them and talk them into going with custom cabinets versus the big box store cabinetry. What Big Bear does that is really to the benefit of the client and to us as a company is the process when we sit with a client who's maybe interviewing us to build their home for them. We never want to just walk in off the street and get a set of plans and start building a home. There's so much more that leads up to that are essential things that we need to know in order to really deliver what they're looking for. And so at the ground level, if they don't have an architect, we provide one of our in-house designers, and we actually capture their inspiration, whether they want a West Indies home, a traditional home, a transitional home, a Mediterranean home. And then we start going through the finishes and, of course, how they want it to feel when they walk in. Capturing all of that is really essential on the front end, and that's kind of where we start with our client. Big Bear Studios, our in-house design team, will then take that and turn it into a full 3D movie video for them to really help them envision or visualize the beauty of their home, even down to the appliances, type of flooring, cabinetry, tile, everything in between, even furnishings. We're able to plug into these design elements and really deliver something that is spot on at the end of the day. So that's the beginning of the process. Once we have kind of figured out exactly what they're looking for and will it fit on the lot, and what, depending on setbacks and what goes in that neighborhood, so to speak, aesthetically, we're off to the races. While that's now in engineering, which takes about 8 to 10 weeks to get all of the mechanical engineering done, structural and so forth, we are now picking finishes. We're meeting with our interior design team, capturing the inspiration of the client, how they want the house to feel, to look. So there's no real downtime while it's in the building department, now going through its process to get permit. This whole process from start to finish, we are doing field trips with our clients. We're picking out everything they need for their home. And some of the other things that we offer, which make a lot of sense in today's market, is we actually buy it on the front end and we warehouse it for them. Because oftentimes the delay on a project is you're waiting for materials. So we try to get that knocked out on the front end. Most clients, I would say, kind of have an idea of the finishes they want. And then once we marry them up with our interior design team and finalize all of that, why we are able to procure all of that, get it in our air-conditioned warehousing. And when our start date begins now to do the groundwork and the foundation work and build the shell, there really are no hiccups. Nothing is waiting for us. We're able to get going right away. And during that process, we tie our clients into Buildertrend. That's an online portal that they log into. Most of our clients are not local. And they're able to watch through live video feed and also through images and contact with their project manager, their house come out of the ground. And it really is a beautiful thing for them to see. We oftentimes get phone calls midway through and they can't believe that the roof just went on, or the windows went in, or the pavers went down, and they're just so excited to see their house come together. And so that process is all outlined from the very start on the scope of work and the timeline in building the house. And so as all this is happening behind the scenes, we're still doing so much work to make sure that everything's executed properly. The tile is put down exactly as it should be. The appliances were ordered precisely, the layout, there's backing in the walls to hang cabinets, the right insulation. There's we said about 600 decisions that need to be made. And so even though the client is kind of unsuspecting to know what all those decisions are, as the professionals we do, and we're making those decisions to keep the project moving along. So that's kind of the process. And then as we start getting toward the end of the project, of course, then we coordinate with our landscape architect for sprinkler systems, uplighting, full landscape package. And at the end of the day, once we get our CO and turn the house over to the client, one of the things we love to do is show them the initial video we gave them 12 months earlier and compare it with the house they just moved into. And it literally is like eye for eye, apples for apples. It's like just so perfect for them to see that we delivered exactly what they were looking for. So at Big Bear Developers, one of the things that we help our clients with is really ensuring the craftsmanship and quality of not only the product they're getting, but also the installation and the delivery of the product. This is crucial in a luxury residence, absolutely crucial. For example, looking at origin of materials. Let's use tile for one example. Once in a while, a client may find a tile that looks really beautiful, and they go, oh, we love this color, we love the way it looks, it feels nice and heavy, but they're unsuspecting, they don't understand where the tile is manufactured. So if we, as the builder, know the country of origin, we can automatically tell you if it's a high quality tile. If it comes from Spain, if it comes from Italy or Turkey, beautiful porcelain. United States, very nice. Other countries, it goes down from there. And so we not only ensure that the products we are buying are of top quality, but then also the installation. And the way we've done that is through working with our subcontractors to make sure we get the best of the best in their respective field. And then we go behind them. We have quality control aspects of how level our slab is, how plumb our walls are, how tight the joints are on the woodworking. And if those criteria are not met, then it's redone. It's done. It has to be perfect because it's our name and our reputation. So craftsmanship, quality control, top of our list when it comes to our projects, and we stand behind. If a client came to Big Bear with a blank slate and wanted to know what are the first 3 things that they need to know or understand in building a custom home, first and foremost, I'd start them off by saying, really, what do you and your family or your wife, where do you see yourself? What kind of home would make you really happy? Would it be a Mediterranean home or something you have up north? We had a client from the Northeast wanted the exact home here. And so we actually kind of helped them navigate that. That wasn't really the best decision. To have an English tutor in an HOA neighborhood here in South Florida doesn't work. So finding out exactly what their goals are, what their inspiration is, I'd say is the first thing. Once we've identified that, we like to also make sure that it kind of complements the neighborhood, that it works with the general area that they're looking to build in. So not only does it not stick out like a sore thumb and potentially have a resale issue, but that it complements and makes the neighborhood and the neighbors feel like, wow, this makes our neighborhood look nicer and better. And then I'd say thirdly, I would probably want to really make sure that the quality of what they're looking for is met. That when we build a house for them, it can be all over the place. Really understanding their price point, that they're not overpricing the neighborhood. Putting a $10 million house in a neighborhood that are selling for $1 to $2 million might not be the best decision. So we oftentimes look at demographics and try to help them make the right decision, again, for their long-term benefit, for resale value. That's an important step. So I'd say those are the top 3 things. Once we've identified that and we feel we've helped them make the right decision, then of course we move on to designing a home for them. So at Big Bear, we really pride ourselves in helping our clients and working with them to deliver exactly what they're looking for at the end of the day. One of the proudest, I think, or most beautiful projects that I have been involved in was a house that we built on Palm Beach. And it was probably the most challenging house I've ever built. Why? It was literally right through COVID and we couldn't get materials. It was a struggle to get done on time, which, to be honest, we didn't get done on time. We simply couldn't get the products we needed. And the city shut down for months and there were all these issues with COVID. And so our client thankfully understood those dynamics. But as hard as that project was, as difficult as it was to get it out of the ground, is an absolute showpiece of a property. We could take people there and show them this gorgeous custom home on Palm Beach, now valued at about $13-14 million. It was truly a difficult, challenging project, but at the end of the day, I would probably say it's one of my proudest homes I've built. Now we're doing a few more right now that might challenge that, but up till now, that one really does it for me.